So let's start class now. Okay. So we will study circuit theory. And particularly study so I think that board is visible, na? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Both is visible.
Okay. Now,
Sir.
okay. Now let me draw a electrical network for which we'll have a treatment of graph theory, and we'll find oriented graphs. Okay. Then we'll develop that tie set, and also we'll develop this equilibrium equations. Okay. So let me draw first this network that we have to study. So, so this is 5 ohm. And this is 10 ohm. So this is the circuit, okay. So for
Okay,
that,
sir.
of this graph, we have to make a this out of this network, we have to make a graph, okay. So what we have to do it? Make a oriented graph for the above electrical network. Also find equilibrium equations for the above level. This is the I think electrical network is given. Based on this electrical network, we'll be finding oriented graph for it, and also we'll find equilibrium equation for the above network. Okay. So
Okay.
now you all know that to do so, we have to identify the nodes first. So this is one node. Okay. This is another node, and this is another node, and this is another node. So number of nodes. Nodes n is equal to 4. Now let us give the name for the nodes. So let us give the this particular for this I am demarcating as a node A, and this is node B, this is node C, and this is node D. Okay, and also
Yes, sir.
so there are 4 nodes: 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Also, we need to know the number of branches. So number of branches that is designated as a B is equal to 6. Okay. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the number of branches is equal to 6. Okay. Now what we have to do? We have to transfer this actual network into a graph, and that is oriented graph. So let us first draw a graph for this particular network. So now let us draw here. So graph. So this is node 1, this is B, this is node C, and this is B. This is A, B, C, and D. So this is a graph for the network given. Now I want to make it a oriented graph, and you all know that if I want to make a oriented graph, then I have to give the direction arrows. So let me give
Yes,
arrows. Arbitrary arrows I am giving. That is this. It is this. Okay. So this, this, and this, and say for this. Okay. So now it has become a, from the graph we have made it oriented graph because we have attached arrow to this particular graph. Now at first term is over because we have drawn an oriented graph that was given in the question. So this is an oriented graph. But if I want to find this equilibrium equation for this above network, then I have to get a tree. I have to get a tree for this oriented graph. Okay. So let me draw a tree for this oriented graph. For example, I can draw this tree. And we also know that many trees can be made out of this graph, but choosing I am one out of many. So this is this. This is this. A. Now these are the links. Okay. So this is a that is a tree for it. So let me give arrows. Okay. Now this is a tree. Now what I have to do now, I have to demarcate the branch name also. Okay, because I have demarcated nodes. Okay, I also need to give the branch name. Okay, so I am giving here the branch name here. Then I will translate this branch branch names to this trees and to the graph. So let's say this is one branch. This is two. This is three. This is 4, this is 5, and this is 6. Okay. Similarly, these branch names will be translated to this graph. Okay. So if I put it here, it's the same thing I will be putting. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, and this is 6. Okay. So here also I can put the same thing. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, and this is 6. So now this we have drawn a oriented graph and we have got a tree for it. Okay, and also we know a formula that number of links. Can you tell me that what should be the formula for the number of links of a tree? So anyone can tell that formula for number of links of a tree? That formula?
sir, n minus
1.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
The formula is n minus 1. N equal
Sir.
to node. The formula is n minus 1.
The number of links that formula that we have given. formula for number of links of a tree?
Sir, formula is n minus 1.
Right, number of links of a tree is equal to b minus n minus 1. Okay. So b is the number of branches and n is the number of nodes. So now if I compare this thing with this particular the network that we have got it, so here b number of branches is equal to 6 and number of nodes is equal to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So minus 1. So that is 6 minus 3. So this is 3. So number of links of a tree is 3. So for this particular graph, you see that here, so the total number of links that we have got, that is 3. You see this particular graph also there are 3 links, that is 1, 2, 3. So this the tree that we have drawn and the number of links that is satisfying with the given equation, that is b minus n minus 1. So this equation tells that for this particular network, there should be only 3 links. Also, you see that there are 3 links. There is 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So I think this is clear. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now we have got the number of links based on the equation, and also we have drawn it. Now next thing we should go for that is our task. That second task that we have, that is we have to find equilibrium equations for the above network. Okay. Now in the last class I had told you the definition of this tie set, and here I'll add one more few words here, that find equilibrium equation for above network based on tie set. Okay, based on tie set. So we have to find equilibrium equation based on tie set rule. Okay. So in the last class I told you that what is the definition of tie set, and I told, if you remember, that a tie set is a fundamental loop, okay, of a graph with respect to a tree that contains only one link, and rest all are branches or twigs.
Branches.
Do you remember this definition that I told you in the last class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so once again I'm repeating, you can write it in your book, that you please write.
Yes.
I'm just dictating, you just write the definition of tie set once again. Okay, so write a tie set is a fundamental loop. A tie set is the fundamental loop. Are you writing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so a tie set is a fundamental loop of a graph
Yes, sir.
Okay, so a tie set is a fundamental loop of a graph with respect to a tree. With respect to a tree. So have you written? A tie set is a fundamental loop of a graph with respect to a tree that contains only one link. That contains only one link, and the remaining all are twigs or branches, and the remaining all are twigs or branches. Is it clear? My words are clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Have you finished writing the definition of this tie set?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So once again I am repeating, a tie set is a fundamental loop of a graph with respect to a tree that contains only one link, and the remaining all are twigs or branches. Okay. So here,
Okay.
so this is a link. This is a link. Okay. This is a link. 3 links we have got with respect to this network, and there are twigs. This is a twig or branches. So this is also a twig or branches. This is also a twig or branches. Okay. So this particular network has 3 links and 3 twigs or 3 branches. Okay. So twigs are 1, 2, and 3, and links are 1, 2, and 3. I think this is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what I have to do that I have to find a equilibrium equation for the above network based on the tie set. Okay. So for that you can write a definition for the equilibrium equation. Just you write a definition for equilibrium equation. Okay. You write.
Sir.
Okay. You write the equilibrium equation is a set of equations. Is a set of equations. Set of equations that completely describe that completely describe a network that completely describe the state of a network at any time instant. Have you written this?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Okay.
please repeat again.
Equilibrium equation is a set of equations that completely describe the state of the network. Okay. So as we solve this network, we'll understand more about the meaning of this equilibrium equation. You all know that in the last class I told that we should be able to find branch current, branch voltage, nodal voltage, and many other things. So through this equilibrium equations, we can get all those data. Is it correct? Okay.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
if I want to find this equilibrium equation based on this tie set, so we have to do the further processing. So let me do those processes. Okay. So I am removing what I have written here. Okay. Also, I am removing this. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll be following this particular tree, and based on this tree, I'll be making a tri-set matrix. So now I am going to make a tri-set matrix. Okay. So tri-set matrix I'll be making making of tri-set matrix. Actually, it is very simple. If you see this particular tree, and based on this, if I want to make a tri-set matrix, so that actually we can make or we can create these equilibrium equations. So that is the thing I am doing. Okay. So based on this particular tree, I'll be making or I'll be forming tri-set matrix. Okay. And if you see that, as I told that a tie set is basically a loop, okay, and basically a fundamental loop that contains one and only one link and rest all twists or branches. So we can one tie set I can take this because this is forming a loop and this is forming another loop and this is forming another loop. So we can have for this above tree we can have three tie sets, three fundamental tie sets we can have. Say this is or means that three fundamental loops we can have. Tie set means it is a fundamental loop. Okay, so this is a fundamental loop because why this is a fundamental loop or why this is a tie set? Because you see if you notice the triangle, you see in this triangle there is only one link. Okay, rest all means there are two branches. So rest all should be twists or branches. So naturally, if I take this in this particular triangle or in this particular loop, we have only one link and there are two branches. So nothing more. Okay, so there is only one link and rest all branches or rest all twists. So this particular loop satisfies the definition of a tie set. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, similarly, if you loop this loop, so this will be forming a second tie set. This also has only one link. This is only the link, and rest all branches means there are remaining two branches or twists. So this is another twist, and this is another twist. So this is also a fundamental loop, or this is also a tie set. Okay. So similarly,
Yes, sir.
if I look at this, also you see this that I told that a tie set or a loop that will be fundamental only if it has only one link and rest all branches or twists. Here also you see there is only one link that is shown with the dotted line because we show links with a dotted line and we show branches or twists with a solid line. So this line is indicating a link and only one link for this loop, and there are two twists, that is this is one twist and this is another twist. So you can think that all these three loops they follow or they have the properties of a tie set. Okay, is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so this is a loop, so this is a tie set. So this is also a loop, so this is another tie set. So this is also a loop, so this is another tie set. Okay. So based on these three tie sets or based on these three loops, we will be forming tie set matrix, and it is as simple as water. It is very, very simple. You just and you stop. You can stop me at any point of my lecture if you think that you have not understood. Okay.
Yes,
So,
sir.
what I am doing here? I am forming tie set matrix based on this particular tree. Okay. So now to form a tie set matrix, we have to go for simple things. So okay, here you write. You see that I am forming a table. Okay. Here I am writing branches. Okay, here I'll be writing the branches, and here I'll be writing the loops or tie set. So you see, it is so simple. I have drawn two lines. Okay, here I am writing branches or twigs, whatever you say. Okay, branches or twigs, and here I am writing tie set or loop. Okay, so and because underneath I am drawing one more row because there are many branches. Means as per this network, as per this electrical network, there are 6 branches. So naturally, I'll have a 6 column. That is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5, and this is 6. So there are, as this graph has a 6 branches, so naturally they are demarcated as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 branches. Okay. And this side will have a loop. So now if I talk about, now say I am taking now one by one I'll go. So I am talking of, let me take of the first loop. Okay. So this is also I am giving that is loop numbering. Say I am considering this is loop 1. So see, as per this direction of link, I have to give the direction of this loop of this arrow. So this is loop 1 I am considering. So I am writing L1. Okay. And if I say that this loop is containing, or through this loop I1 current is flowing, so in the bracket I am writing I1. So what I have done here, so as there are 3 loops, if it is greater than I number them, then it will be very clear for us that which loop we are talking about. So here this loop, this particular loop, I have given a name loop 1. So and also I assume in this loop 1, say I1 loop current is flowing. So in the bracket you see that I have written I1. So this is a loop number 1, and that is carrying current I1. Okay. So now similarly I can give the numbering of this loop. So here I am saying, so through the loop this current is flowing. This is loop 2, and in this loop I2 is current flowing. You see that I have given arrow direction in the direction of link. You see that in this direction I have given. Okay. So this arrow direction is actually referring the direction of link. Okay. So in this way I am assuming, once again I am assuming. So this I am assuming the loop current is flowing in this direction. Okay. And this naturally I can give the loop number 3, and I will be give in the direction of this here. So this is the loop 3, and in the loop 3 say I3 current is flowing. So is it clear that the way I have numbered the loops and the designations of the loop currents, that I1, I2, I3? Is it clear to you all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I have given it is numbering of loops. So naturally, because tie set is basically a loop. So let me start with a loop number 1. So this is L1. So what I am writing a loop L1, and in the bracket I am writing I1 because in the loop I1 current is flowing. Okay. So now you see, now it is really simple, very simple. If you find branches or twigs, so for that, you will be writing 1. So in the, you see that here branch number 1. See, this is a solid line and this is a solid line. So this branch number 1 is a solid line and branch number 2 is a solid line. And this is a branch number 4 or link is 4. So this is dotted line. So wherever the solid lines are there for a loop, we'll be writing 1. Okay. Here, so because here you see this is the what branches we have got, that is 1, 2, and 3. So one in place of branch 1, in place of branch 2, and in place of branch 3, I'll be writing 1. So this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. So sorry, this is 4. This is 4 number branch. So this is 1. You see, for you may be confused that say though particularly this is actually link, okay, but once we are writing tie set matrix, what actually philosophy is taken for writing once here, say wherever if there is a branch or if there is a link, whatever the thing. So if there may be branch or there may be link, whatever it is. So for that, or in place of them, I have to write 1. So this is the branch number 1. I have written 1. So this is branch number 2. Under the column of 2, I have written 1. And though this is not a branch, though this is a twig, link. So in place of that also, I have to write 1. So what is the general rule then for writing the tie set matrix? Let it be a link or let it be a branch. Okay. If it is available in that particular loop, you have to write 1 for that. So 1, 2, and 4. Let it be branch or let it be links, I have to write 1. So that is under the branch 1, I have written 1. Under the branch 2, I have written 1. And under the branch 4, I have written 1 because it is a link. For link also, I have to write 1. And remaining boxes, I have to put 0. So because there are in this loop, there is no third branch or link. So I'll be writing 0. I'll be writing 0 and I'll be writing 0 here. So I think it is clear. What I need to say, if I consider a particular loop, and in that case, I have to see that what all branches or links are there. Okay. So under those branches or links, I have to put 1, and rest all branches will be placing zeros. Okay. Is it clear to you all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Here,
Yes, sir.
you see there's 6. There is no 6 branch here in this loop, so naturally 0. 5 means there is no 5th branch here, so naturally in place of 5 I am writing 0. And also there is no third branch or link in this particular loop, so under the third branch I have written 0. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay. Now I am going for this loop 2. So I am writing under tie set or loop, I am writing loop 2, and in bracket I am writing loop current, that is I2. Okay. So you see, now you can write off your own. You see underneath this first column, you see here what all branches are there. That is 2, 3, and 6. Okay. 2, this is a common branch. This branch is common for this loop and this loop also. So I will consider for this loop also this branch will be considered. So this is branch 2, branch 3, and link 6. So 2, 3, and 6. Underneath, under the headlines of 2, 3, and 6, I will be writing 1, 1, and 1. So this is branch number 2. So underneath of branch number 2, I am writing 1. So this is 3. Underneath of branch number 3, I am writing 1. And this is link number 6. So underneath of this 6 column, I am writing 1. Okay. And you see, for remaining, because this loop has only 3 branches or twigs, so remaining will be 0.
0.
So here it is 0, here it is 0, and here it is also 0. Is
Yes,
it
sir.
clear to you all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But here one more thing we'll be learning. Okay. If you consider this branch number 6, that direction of arrow and direction of this loop is same. So for that reason, here actually plus sign comes. Actually plus sign, if there is a plus sign, we don't actually write the plus sign, but actually there will be a plus sign. You see the direction of arrow and direction of this link same. So if the direction of link is same as direction of loop, so there we place actually plus sign. So here we can put plus sign, or we may not put plus sign, because if we don't put plus sign also, so this indicates plus only. Okay. And if I talk about this 3, branch number 3, if I talk about this branch number 3, so we can actually draw loop current in this way also. That will be more clear. So this is this, and this is this, because it is indicating the same direction only. So here you see in this
Yeah. Here.
direction of branch direction and loop direction is different, opposite. So here we attach minus sign. Okay, but you see here the branch current direction and the loop current direction also same. So also there should be plus sign here, but plus sign we do not write. So what is actually right? Because we have direction of branch current and direction of loop current being opposite here. So here we attach minus sign. So is this clear that why actually I have attached minus sign for this? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll be just writing the third loop and I'll be finishing. Okay. So this is loop 3 and this current I3. So for example, if you see what all branches or links it is covering, that is branch 1, branch 3 and link 5. So underneath of them, I'll be writing 1. So this is 1, this is 1, this is 3, this is 3, and this is 5. So this is 5, and remaining will be zeros. And here we will have no negative sign, because you see that this direction and this direction is same. And if I take loop in this direction, also this direction and this direction is same. And if I extend this, so this direction and this direction is same. So here also all ones will have a positive sign. Okay. So this is how that from this given tree we can make, or we can form, that is tie-set matrix. And this, from this tie-set matrix we can actually derive, or we can get these equilibrium equations. So do you think that I should continue the video, this lecture, or I should stop?
Sir, continue.
Okay. Now the things are, you say, you will find it is very simple how we can actually get equilibrium equations from this tie-set matrix. So tie-set matrix, what you say, it is simple or not? You just note down the numbers of branches or links and put one for them, and if the direction of loop and the direction of branch or link is same, then they will have a plus sign. And if the direction of branch or direction of link is opposite to the direction of loop, then they will have a minus sign. So now we'll be deriving, or we'll be forming equilibrium equations. Now we are forming equilibrium equations from this tie-set matrix, and I'll be taking help of this particular circuit also. So now I am forming equilibrium equations based on, see, this is important, based on tie-set schedule. Based on tie-set schedule. Because this particular matrix is based on tie-set. So naturally equilibrium equation is based on tie-set matrix. So that's the thing I am talking about, because also there are cut-set matrix, so that will follow different rule. So once you are writing equilibrium equation, you must ensure that it is either based on tie-set schedule or it is based on cut-set schedule. Now we are taking class on based on tie-set schedule. So for that reason, I have written equilibrium equations based on tie-set schedule. Okay. So now let's form tie-set equations. Okay. Now the forming equation is very simple. Here there is this is a branches and this is a loops. So now I'll be writing, say, voltage KVL equations. KVL equations. Okay. So what I can write, say, if I take a loop, I can follow KVL equations. Okay. And these KVL equations are reflected in the TISET schedule. So what I do, say I'm writing for this particular row, I can write a KVL equation. What is that? This is actually represented. This actually one represents branch voltage of branch 1. So I can write this is V1 and this is V2. This is V2 and this is V4. Okay. This is V4. So this is equal to 0 because we know that in a closed loop the sum of voltages across a closed loop is 0. So
Yes, sir.
there are branch 1, branch 2 and branch 4. So you see rest all are 0. So they don't represent anything with respect to this first loop. So we can follow either this particular loop or we can follow this particular row. They will bring one and same conclusion. Okay. So the branch voltage here is a branch number 1. So branch voltage in branch number 1 is designated with the V1. And branch voltage in the branch number 2, that is V2. Okay. So what I also we can reflect here. So voltage across, this is a branch number 1. So we can imagine voltage across this branch number 1 is V1 and voltage across this branch number 2 it is V2 and voltage across this branch number 4 is V4. So if I take a loop, this loop, actually this loop. So sum of the voltages across a loop, so there is equal to 0 because that KVL, as per KVL equations, this is so. So this is V1, this is V2, and this is V4. So sum of V1 plus V2 plus V4 is equal to 0. So is this clear? So based on loop 1, I can write this because for a given loop, the sum of voltages as per KVL equation it is equal to 0. As there are branch 1, so say V1, and there is a branch 2, this is V2, and this is a branch 4, so that is branch voltage V4. So this is V1 plus V2 plus V4 is equal to 0. It is same thing. Voltage here it is V1, this is V2 plus V4 is equal to 0, or this is V1 plus V2 plus V4 is equal to 0. Is this clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
The equation that I have written. So we can write based on this, either based on this or based on this first row. So is it clear that how I have written first equation? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Here.
Okay, now we going for loop number 2, the row number 2 or loop number 2 or this loop number 2, the same thing. Because from this I have got this only. So now from this I can write, so this is V2, see this is column number 2, this is V2 and this is minus 1. So this is minus V3 and this is 6. So this is plus and this is plus. So this is VC is equal to 0. So also you see this is branch number 3 and branch number 6. So this is 3, 6 and 2. This is 3, 6 and this is 2. So this is V2 minus V3 plus VC is equal to 0 because here we have got the minus sign. For that reason, this is the branch number 3 and for that reason I have attached minus sign with the V3. So V2 minus V3 plus VC is equal to 0. Is this clear that how I have written this KVL equation for loop number 2? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Also we can write one more equation based on this for taking the row number 3 or loop number this or this. Okay. So what I can write here, you see this is V1 plus V3 plus V5 is equal to 0. I think this is how I have written. Seeing this TISET matrix, I think this is clear to you. And all these together, I say they form a set of equations 1. Okay, these three equations together are set of equations, and in together I call the set of equations 1. Is it clear to you that how I have written based on these that these equations have been written? Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we can go for one more set of equations that will be also very clear. Okay. Now,
Okay.
now if I talk about, say, from this branch, this is a branch number 1. So voltage across this branch number 1 is V1. So similarly, this is V1. And also we can assume that from this branch, as this is a branch number 1, so from this one branch, so I1 current is flowing. And from this branch 2, that is I2 current is flowing. And from this branch 3, I3 current is flowing. Similarly, this is a branch number 6, so I6 current is flowing. Okay, and this is branch number 5, so I5 current is flowing. And this is branch number 4. Okay, so here I4 current is flowing. Okay, now I'll be forming equation. See, these are the equations based on the branch voltages. Okay, because V1 is a branch voltage, V2 is a branch voltage, and V4 is a branch voltage, and each voltage is a branch voltage. So these all equations I got based on the branch voltages. Now we'll be forming equations based on the branch current. Okay. So as there are 6 branches, naturally we will have 6 branch currents. Okay. So what we can write? Shall I remove this?
Yes, sir.
Let me draw it here, write it here, because there is a little space. So say this branch current I1. Okay, I want to write. This is the branch current I1. So how I can write the branch current I1? I'll be writing this branch current in terms of loop current. So branch current in terms of loop current. Okay. So this is a branch current I1, branch current I3, branch current I2. Likewise, that every branch has a branch current. But also I told that there is a loop current also. Okay, there is a loop current also. So here, if I talk about here, this is I1 current is flowing. This I current I can write in terms of loop current. What is the loop current? You see this branch current. If I interpret this branch current I1, it can be expressed in terms of loop currents. How? Through this branch current, you see this loop current also. This loop current is flowing in this direction. Okay. So this is loop current, it is flowing. Because this branch is linking, mind it, this particular branch is linking this loop 1 and also linking loop 3. Okay. So this branch current I1 depends on the 2 loop currents, that is because this branch is a common branch for loop 3 and loop 1. So this branch current, value of this branch current can be obtained based on the loop current 1 and based on the loop current 3. And next question is that how I can get the value of branch current with respect to loop current 1 and loop current 3. Okay. So here what I write, this I1 is equal to, in this loop current is I1, so this is I1, and loop current in this loop, the current that is flowing, that is I3. So that what I can write, this branch current I1 is a sum of loop currents of I1 and I3. Because you see this branch is, it is a common branch for loop 1 and for loop 3. And I know in the loop 1 I1 current is flowing, and in the loop 2 I3 current is flowing. So I can assume that branch current I1 is the sum of the loop current I1 and loop current I3. Okay. And here I tell you why I have written a plus sign, not a minus sign, because subtraction is also a kind of addition. So here that I am clearing this point. You see here that loop current direction. This is a loop, this I current flowing. So you see the loop current is flowing in this direction. So this is the loop current flow, and that is I1, it is flowing. So this is the arrow in this direction, and branch current direction is also this. So loop current I1, the direction of loop current I1 and direction of branch current is same. So for that reason, this is plus sign. And if I talk about this loop current 3 I3, so direction of I3 and direction of branch current I1, you see the same. So as the direction of branch current and direction of loop current is same, then for that reason I have attached a plus sign. If this would be happen that they are in opposite direction, then I would give minus sign here. So as the direction of branch current and direction of I1 and direction of I3 all in the same direction, all in the same in this direction. So I have attached minus sign for plus sign for I1 and plus sign for I3. So is it clear that how I have written or how I have represented that branch current I1 in terms of loop current I1 and loop current I3? Is it clear to you all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now rest all is very simple. Now I'll be coming to branch current I2. Okay. Now if I come branch current I2, this is the branch current. This is the number 2 branch. So current flowing through the branch number 2 is branch current I2. So I'll be coming here. So this is the branch number 2. So you see this is a common branch for loop 1 and loop 2. Okay. And also you see this is the branch current direction that I had taken, and this is the loop current direction for loop 1, and this is the loop current direction for loop 2. And you all see that branch current direction and loop 2 current direction and loop 1 current direction, they all are in same direction. So they will have a plus sign. So I can represent I2 with respect to I1 and I2. So I1 plus I2, they together form a branch current I2 because they all got plus sign because the branch current direction and loop current directions are same. Is it clear that how I have written the expression for I2? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now if I talk about branch current I3, so you tell me that what should I write for branch current I3? If you say me that it will be better that you have understood. So you tell me for I3 what I can write. I can guide you. This is the I3. Okay. This is the I3 branch current. So you see that I am exactly following. This is the branch. Third branch. Current flowing through this third branch is designated as I3. So this is the branch current direction. Okay. And loop current, if I take, this is a common branch for loop 2 and loop 3. So this will be written in terms of I2 and I3. So this will be written in terms of I2 and I3. Just you tell me what sign I should put between them so that I can correctly represent I3. Here I tell you one more information I'll give you. You see this branch current, loop current, if you see in the second loop, this is opposite in direction with respect to branch current. You see this branch current is in this direction and I2 current is in this direction. This I2 current is opposite to this branch current I3. So naturally for I2, I'll be writing minus. Okay. But
Yes,
if you
sir.
see for loop 3, direction of this loop current and direction of this branch current is same. So for I3, I'll be attaching a plus sign. So is this clear to you? Hello? Is this
Yes,
clear?
sir. Yes, sir.
Huh? Is it clear how
Yes,
I
sir.
represent I3? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now similarly, I can write I4. So what I can write for I4, you just tell me. What I can write for I4? I4 is this branch. Okay, I4 I'll be telling later because I4 is little complex. You just tell me what should be for I5. I5 is representing this branch. Means this branch. So what I should write for I5? Because I5 has to be this branch current. This branch current should be represented in terms of loop current. Okay. So this is branch, fifth branch. Current flow in this fifth branch is I5. So this is fifth branch. So how I can represent I5? Can you tell me? And this I5 should be represented with a loop current. So how many loop currents are linked with the branch 5? Only one loop current, because you see this is not a common branch. This semicircular loop, semicircular branch is not a common link or common branch for other things, other loops. So this is an isolated link, or this is isolated link. So for that you see only loop 3 or I3 is linked. So I5 will be directly written as a I3. Is this clear? So I5 will be represented only with I3. Is it clear? Because you see that this branch direction and loop direction is same, and this particular link is not linked to other loops. So that is an isolated link, and this link is not linked to or attached to other loops. So this link is isolated one. So only I3 is linked with this. So I5 is represented with only I3. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You tell me how I can write I6.
6.
How I can I write I6, because this is a 6th branch and this is I6 and this is a actually 6 number branch. So and this is the arrow direction, this is a loop direction, and this is a branch current direction or link current direction. Just you tell me how I can represent this I6.
I2 minus I3, sir.
No, because this is a see this particular link is not attached to any other loops. Okay, so in this through this link, only I2 is here. I2 current is flowing. Only I2 loop current is linked. So naturally, that is I6 is equal to I2, and you see the direction of loop current and direction of the link current or branch current is same. So
Same, sir.
Plus signs we do not write. So I6 will be represented with the I2. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you tell me how I can represent I4. Because I4 is representing this and I4 is representing this, and in this particular branch there is a voltage source and there is a resistance. Okay, so both the things to be considered, and based on that the branch current has to be decided. Okay, so if I derive for the I4, so I can separately write, just to show you camera. So let me derive I4. Say this is the I4 current. This is the I4. Okay. This is the I4. Okay. The branch current direction is this. Okay. So this I can, here I have to derive I4. So this is, I can write. So you see this, if I write I4, you see here, if I talk about I4, this particular link is not associated with any other loops. So simply I can write I4 is equal to I1, because this particular link is not linked to other things, other loops. So and through this only I1 current is flowing, and direction of I1 and direction of this branch current direction and loop current direction is same. So this is a plus sign, and in this loop only I1 current is flowing. So this is I1. So is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So shall I finish it here? So these equations together, and these equations together, and also little bit more equations are required. So they together, they actually they form these equilibrium equations. So if I want to form equilibrium equations, I have to form these and I have to form these. Okay. Okay. And also you see, should I continue or should I leave? Okay. So we can finish it.
Class.
He said.
Sir, next class ache.
So let me finish it here. I think any doubts regarding that? So far I have taken the class. Hello?
Hello,
any
sir.
doubts? So I have taken the class?
Okay.
Sir. Thank you for joining class. Okay, bye.
Yes, sir.